Hello, folks. This is a little story we like to call the Nazi Lady.
At one point, I had Todd's sister. She was going to college, and we were paying for her an apartment, the tuition expense. And Todd said, "Dad, none of my business, but I said, well, it is your business." And no, he says, no. What are you? I told him, what are you paying for rent? I said, I don't know, $700 a month. So he says, well, why don't you buy? You have something for your money. So put the thought in my head, and we looked in the paper, and something looked real good on the water in Aventura and Point East and blah blah blah. So I went and spoke to the real estate guy, and everything seemed cool. He said, oh, by the way, he says, but don't worry about it. He says, it's for 55 or older, but I got an in with the president, Mel. He's, we got it. Don't worry about it. So I didn't worry about it. So anyway, I went through the interrogation by the committee and everything. We passed everything, and I had to sign the papers. And I said, yeah, I'm signing over here all this stuff that I understand is 55 or older. Yeah, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's all taken care of. Okay, so I didn't worry. I thought that he had really had an in with the president and this and that. Everything went pretty well after she's in there about a year. And, she didn't bother anybody. I like the fact there was security. The youngest person was 55 and all that kind. We snuck her in, and the premise was that I was sick, and she was going to take care of me, and I'm split from my wife. Anyways, about a year later, they're going to update the security, and I have to get a new security pass. So when I go in there, I don't know, the lady looks at me, and then she says, well, let me see your license. And I was ahead of them because I had my official address put on the my Florida driver's license is for the Point East. And anyway, she looks at it and goes, and she goes in. Pretty soon, this big blonde woman comes out. She says, "You're not fooling anybody." She says, "You're not residing here. You're not residing." I says, "Gee, it's my apartment. Oh, I've been away. I've been sick. I was in the hospital." Blah, blah, blah. No, you're not fooling anybody. So I didn't pursue it any farther. I said, "You mean you're not going to give me a pass to my own apartment?" She says, "I'll say it again. You're not fooling anybody. You're not residing here." So I didn't. So I figure the real estate guy, he's got an in with Mel, the president. So I waited a couple of days. Then I called up. Then I called up in the evening. I says, "Hello," and I says, "This Mel?" And he says, "What do you want?" And I started to talk. He said, "Let me tell you your first mistake." He says, "You never call me at night. You never call me at home." And I figure, So I go, "Oh, gee, I'm sorry, but this is the number they gave. Oh, excuse me, I won't bother you. I'll try to catch you. What's a good time to catch you? What's a proper time to catch you?" "Well, now that you're here, what do you want?" I says, well, I says, "I went to get my security card updated." "So?" I says, "Well, a big blonde Nazi lady come out and she wouldn't give it to me." He says, "Keep talking." He says, "You're digging a deeper hole every time you talk." He says, "That big blonde Nazi lady happens to be my wife." I said, "Oh." So I said, "But I recovered like that." I said, "Now, President," I give him the little blown smoke his way. "Now, President Mel," how they take their official title serious. "President Mel, if you'll reflect on what I just said, at no time did I say that ugly Nazi lady, because she happens to be a strikingly handsome lady." Then he said, well, what is it? So I says, "Well, how long do I have to get her out of there?" He says, "Forget it." I says, "But they won't give me the security pass." He says, "Forget it." So I forgot it. Subsequently, I had to stand in line to get in my own apartment, but they let Kimberly in, and she stayed there another 2 years. Hassle-free. And that's the end of that story. How's that?
That's good stuff. That's good stuff right there.